good time zone, and a happy birthday to all of those around the world. Right when I started stream, a sandstorm started coming through. It's been so long, I'm not used to it. There's a lot of thunder. It might have calmed down now. We'll see. Might have to mute for a bit, depending, but that's alright. So, we are back. We finished the main arc, so we might explore some zones. We've got the event, and we've got the Book of Recollection thing to do. We'll start with that first and foremost. Also, there's some quests. There's some side quests. Well, bam. Game optimization. Again. Known issues. Voiceover is missing. Yeah. Fix an issue where game progress may become abnormal. You know what issue I've noticed? I haven't noticed it while streaming and playing it, but I've noticed off stream in my recordings and things. And I started noticing it afterwards. The game's stuttering again. If y'all remember when the game first came out for a while, well through the Shinjo arc, the game would stutter every once in a while as it loaded in assets. I think they fixed it around Pinnacle, but it started to do it again. Very annoying for recording stuff. Oh, look at the time. Have you eaten properly? Hey there, main course. Kinda weird. Not all Stellarons have the same constitution. No matter your constitution, you still need to eat properly. You're not secretly dieting, are you? I really don't think you need to. I'm digesting my meal right now, and I was hoping to invite you along for a walk. The midday sunshine is lovely. Yeah, the midday apocalypse. Come on, try it. Let's see how comfy it feels. We've got Phynon, Aglaya, Hyacine, and Cypher. Go down the list. Mentorship. Studious growth. Chapter 2, or Part 2 of Chapter 7. one-way journey from the past.
There are no swords here, only farming tools.
Facing the ambitious boy, the shopkeeper kindly explained.
Did they add a double narration?
Even a rake would do. Let its worth be judged by the verses I etch upon the earth with it.
Am I out of a job?
Many days later,
I'm out of a job.
the wounded child stood upon the scorched earth, and silently he buried the ruined tool. For that was his first sword. And on the day that the black tide came, he broke the shackles of fate with that weapon true.
Let go of my beard, you white-haired rascal.
No!
Fine. You win, okay?
That was the first victory claimed by the boy, a victory often mentioned in later years, and yet he never treated it with shame.
I understood something thanks to his beard.
The others hold their breath, waiting for his thoughts, but he only gives out one response.
The victor must stay focused, and success will come when you work on nothing else.
Those words became the foundation of his existence.
Knowledge is also a power used to smite.
While studying at the Grove of Epiphany, he etched this into his heart. So he devoured thousands of books, skimming through to glean the martial powers of might. But unenlightened wisdom is merely dust. And when the next calamity approaches, all he recalled is flight. Thus, his books are always worn into shreds, for each book was read endlessly till he remembered every detail slight. When first arriving at the holy city, he was no more skilled than a soldier, except his ambition.
Even the deliverer from the sky must have their beginnings in the soil of the nations.
The elders in the holy city scorned, casting him into barracks in derision. But none expected this new recruit of unknown history made his name in one mission. Some asked him, which teacher caused such improvement? He answers with countless names, including the Inquirer's own.
Only one who treats the world as their teacher can bear its eventual destiny.
Those with golden blood are bound to succeed.
The golden heroes are born as gods, beloved.
Such words echo in the man's mind, yet he knows glory is not where the journey begins. He misses the buried rake, worshipped the enemy with the long beard, mended his tattered books, and polished the barracks' dust-covered gear.
What forges a hero is not destiny from above, but the long journey that follows.
Now he stands here and looks back, and his past twists into a winding path. The long road to the sky stretches ahead. And towards the blazing white sun, he pens down Deliverance's name.
Well, it's nice to actually get some additional backstory for Fine on there, because really it's just been this whole time, he was in Ides Elysiae, it got destroyed, and now he's here. Like, okay. And we knew he studied at the Grove with the other heirs. But now it's like, okay, so he was like a soldier for a bit. That makes sense. He had a lot of different mentors. Headdress. Grandmother lies. Now we've gotten a lot of backstory for Cypher this update. Chapter 12, Part 2, Warm Childhood.
In Dolos' suburbs, in a tiny weaving workshop.
Is this our voice narrating? I thought it was fine on last one, so I thought it was going to be Cypher this one, but now I'm like, wait, is this our voice? Because I still don't recognize our new voice.
The silk-weaving old woman busies herself within as her smart child wanders outside on a whim.
It must be.
The silk pours from the loom, some bright as the dawn, some dark as the night.
Which means that maybe this was always supposed to be narrated, but they just didn't have voice actor. Instead of, I figured maybe they like got feedback and were like, okay, people want this to be narrated, but maybe it was always supposed to be.
The woman had lived her whole life in poverty, yet through her business, she never deceives.
Good child, listen to me. Never lie and speak deceit, for people like you only do to honesty.
The girl smiles and nods, but her heart is drawn to the boundless desires of the bustling streets. And the grandmother is unaware that her handmade white dress has been stained by the mud of conceit.
Madam, what is a bundle of white silk's price?
Sir, only 2,000 Balus coins.
An honest price tag can only meager profit obtain.
If we keep selling cloth like this, we'll stay poor for the rest of our lives.
The girl complains to her grandmother while sprouting countless plots and petty tricks. The woman smiles and does not reply, only weaving with night-shaded silk a suave, hooded robe for her little spark.
Why don't you take some of our goods and go into the city tomorrow to try out those pranks?
The mesmerizing moneyed charm of Dolos City turns minds and tongues into a whirlwind of confusion. Even the girl who prided herself on sharp ears and a clever tongue could not contend with the myriad of shifting faces before her. She returns penniless and furiously seethes.
I vow to the god of thieves that I will eventually empty those people's pockets.
Smiling, her grandmother stops her silk work and offers some dinner with humble dish.
Silly child, don't let Titans hear such vows and promises.
I'm glad for this one Cypher's voice actually sounds younger. Still was very confused what her age was supposed to be in the flashbacks.
Yet when the moon rises, a magnificent pin graces the old lady's pale locks. The girl smiles at the old woman, now stunned in shock.
I actually did return with some catch.
The brilliance adorning her white hair drew all eyes, and its proud original owner arrived to stake their claim. The bet that the girl won with a brilliant trick is described as a thief's loot through lying schemes. The old woman, in her panic, shouldered the blame, confirming a sin that was but a fabrication.
By Dolos' laws, we must also execute all her family!
To protect the girl, the old woman reveals the final secret unseen.
She's not my family, but just an orphan picked from the street on a whim.
People thought this to be a lie, but the girl knows her grandmother cannot deceive, just like how she always glossed over questions about parents and kin.
Your parents went to a city-state far away.
The girl never bothered to unravel the threadbare lie.
Stop! Stop right there, you thief!
Run! Run as fast as you can, Cyphera.
The lies overthrow the shop and tear apart the good woman's good name, leaving the girl with guilt and grief. The hearth of her home was a lie, doused by another conceit. But if her sleight of hand had better skill, would it have made that fire burn forever? The girl pulls down the hood and sinks into the starless dark.
I vow to the god of thieves.
And from that day, she never left empty-handed, her words woven with deceit. However, back then, the girl did not realize that the people did not covet one simple pin, but the golden blood flowing beneath her skin.
Interesting that she was raised by a cloth weaver twice. Her quote-unquote grandmother and also Aglaya. Also crazy that Dolus's law was you have to kill the entire family. That's crazy. Let's do Hyacinth. Faint light travels last descendant. Chapter 6, Part 2, Glowing Faint Light.
This world may contain thousands of ills, but the number of sufferers is countless, like ocean-going sails.
That's quite the rhyme.
The father and daughter who inherited the sky wander this land's paths, and throughout the cities, they heal the unwell.
Heirs of the sky who once reveled in martial might, why do you now soothe the world's blistering blight?
The doctor responds with a smile as he cures the injury's agony.
Father, why did our ancestors revel in warlike might?
Because they only have a sorrowful past of lamenting wails.
Then why are we here, soothing the blight?
Because we have a future that needs protection still.
The priest who parts dusk from dawn collapsed the sky and sealed her wings, and dwells in a place where time itself meant, bearing the promise to return to the Zenith Supreme.
This is the Twilight Courtyard's story.
And the father tells his daughter the tale of their line, next to the bonfire lit in the wilderness where winds pine. Though he had told this story many times before, the light in the girl's eyes still shines.
Maybe I will return to the sky one day.
Or maybe that is not to be your fate.
The blessings of the sky were passed down through generations of their heirs. The brawn of the Titan who molded stars granted a boon fitting and fair. Perhaps the girl with heroic blood in her veins will be accompanied by thunderbolts and the sun's merciless glare. Childishly, she recited the words,
"Oh, sky, heed my wishes."
and thunder and heat did not descend. She only saw a sliver of gentle, warm flare, wiping away mortal exhaustion and others' tired airs. What a gentle blessing. All said that she must be a savior saint, bringing light to the land, even if faint.
I really like rhyming for this one.
But where the girl's eyes often gazed was the wine-dark sky, gloomy and bleak.
The god is also sick.
That grand longing to save the world may be no more than the girl's feeble dream. But her father treated it as his greatest treasure and taught her all the ways of potions and creams. That girl therefore always accompanied the gentle master of healing and repair. And she brought glowing faint light to the night, dispelling pains and mending the world's pitchy blight. Father and daughter often rested in the silent courtyard under the giant tree. Yet today, at that place, only one solitary figure can be seen. On that night, the healer spoke to a visitor throughout the night. On that morning, he bid farewell to his daughter for the first time. He will heal the ill at a faraway place where the end of days approaches, and no family of his should follow.
You have learned the craft of healing and understood the blessing, but a light more radiant still is needed to heal the entire world.
The departed healer never returned, and the girl never left. And that rather lonely courtyard stayed silent as it was before.
Okay. Learned it from her father. It's Elastic Laya, actually. Bath, Prophecy, Slumber. Chapter 9, Part 5, Weight of Dreams and Slumber. Oh, we're not gonna read this one? Okay. Fascinating. She can see the most delicate colors, the most distant contours. She can see the most secret desires, and through the most perfect liars.
But being able to see everything is the same as seeing nothing.
Countless mirages and cacophony surround her with stimuli plenty, casting her into another kind of blindness overwhelming. So she soaks herself in the bath and lets her golden thread go beyond the palace. When the water drops on the thread vibrate and shiver, she closes her eyes and listens to the echoes silently. She hears how a mother's feet were wounded for treading over too many stones, and is soaking her feet in the hot water bath. She hears children playing next to the pools, and someone is saying loudly,
the goddess also likes to visit the baths.
She is used to bathing alone at the start of the hours of lucid and parting, her golden hair spread in the water like a throne, like the scattered golden threads wrapping her again in a cocoon. Ionis' holy maiden, silently walks over, scooping up water to wash the weaver's hair as if cleansing the bough of a laurel tree. That is when the one who sees the core flame finally knows there's no difference between a demigod and a true deity. The golden blood that congealed through divinity only in this heavy heat can temporarily flow and let this golden butterfly feel a fleeting warmth. Just as she had once touched her own face, falls the final tear her eyes will ever produce.
Teacher, I had a dream.
She recounts like a young girl on a whim. The sound of the watcher repels all disruptions in speech. Such peaceful rest, such sweet dreams. She dreamed of how she was a naive, noble girl, ignorant of the world. She dreamed of the countless nights when she worked in the courtyards she weaved. She dreamed of being before the vine-covered temple where the wind blew by in a violent stream. Lastly, she dreamed of the prophecy that she heeded, how the ancient sound came through the 1,000 waves, and could not be heard clearly in her dream. Do not stare directly into the future of your people, for that blinding prophecy will burn you all.
The dawn device is always glittering, and birds are always chittering.
The children of Akuma like these kinds of songs. Why not trust in the promise of an era Chrysia unending, like how children believe in fairy tales passed down unceasing? But will the dawn device truly shine forever? Will the voices of songbirds not one day turn hoarse? In the golden bath in times gone by, she pierced her eyes, for she saw the all-too-dazzling future of everyone. That future was nothing compared to false promises. That is the price you must pay for listening to my prophecy. The gods have already determined her destiny and her passing. She knew. She has long known. The red-headed child appears worried.
You are aware of everyone's fate, yet never speak of your own future.
The child who passes along the prophecy understands that to lay such a heavy weight on one person is comparable to donning the world-bearing Titan's shoulders.
There's only one future for silken threads. That is, to weave magnificent clothes for others.
She takes the children's hands, inviting them into the pools, intending to use warm water to wash away their concerns. Yes, before the toll of the bell that announces the hour, before the meeting to judge the flame chase begins, do not waste the rare good dreams, or the languid waves warm as tears. She mutters as destiny slumbers in her arms.
The one that wears this elegant attire in the future must bear the weight of the silk threads.
I guess we're just never gonna get those other 4, because they're all... well, we're one of them and the other 3 are dead. Weird that they put them on the... You can click on them, so we have to. Right? It's like you can click on them, and they have the same points. So they must be a thing in the future. That's gonna be a thing. Maybe there's more to this than I think. Maybe the next one won't be the actual end, even though it feels like it should be. Maybe it won't. So I was gonna say, why would they include them at all? Maybe to make it symmetrical. But why would they make them clickable? And why would they like give them the same points? If you were to include them, but they weren't ever going to be accessible, you wouldn't make them clickable, and maybe you would have them have like their connecting line be like scratched out or something. I don't know. Maybe we're gonna reset the world and then they're gonna come back. Oh. I heard that before reaching the end of their life, the followers of Amnestia would offer their most beautiful creation. What would that be for Aglaya? The future of the Holy City. Though I haven't seen it yet, it must be just like Aglaya's other works, golden, beautiful, and warm. Oh right. Are all the other stories you've experienced on your journey the same? Always growing more serious, never feeling at ease? Yeah. That mood's inevitable. I see, then we must become the exception. After all, we promised to always remind each other to stay optimistic. Please remember that no matter what. In any case, I will remember all this in my heart. After all, their stories deserve to be told and retold, right? More of them. Tribute. I haven't seen Tribute in a long time. Passages, the past, and future, unchanging heart. Chapter 1, Part 5, She Who Passes Through Doors. Not gonna read hers either? Okay. Why was there some of them? What is the rules here? You have a new voice actor. Now it just feels lazy. The solemn council is still filled with clamor. Future's destiny still whirls in discussions of candor. To discard the city and save oneself, or to chase the flames that waver. None knows the choice that would lead them to a place better.
I fear. How can mere mortals defy the gods?
I worry. How can mortal bodies reforge the world anew?
I suspect that the prophecy is simply a rumor.
In the distant past, the Holy Maiden brought the first prophecy to all city-states.
Hearken to the sounds that the doors whisper.
In the name of the gods proper, hope she will give to humanity. Though she falls into confusion, she will bring guidance to this world and vigor.
Overthrow the gods, it declared.
Of the previous journey she will always remain aware. The Queen of Law has lifted the flag to chase the flames' flare. The tripartite prophecy guided all the world's heroes, all who dared, and building a new world was their oath of yesteryear. Yes, the Queen of Law. So Talenton lifted the flag, but now we're like, Talenton like made the thing into law, but Teliosi was the first one to actually do it. The earth roared for them, the tide surged for them, the scales of destiny shivered violently, then slowly calmed. The core of flames the Titans rested here, while the blood of companions congealed over there. The child led one hero after another to their end, but no end waits her, no rest to prepare.
Teacher, do not hesitate.
The Weaver of Gold brushes aside the child's tears.
The world still walks on the path you indicate.
The prophecy still stands, even if the actors now different faces wear.
Restore the core flames, it declared.
The solemn council is still filled with clamor. Future's destiny still whirls in discussions of candor. To stop right there and seek peace, or to continue to work still unfinished. None knows the choice that would lead them to a better place.
Stop. We only wish to live life as it is. No more.
Cease. Our achievements already stand tall.
Rest up. We only wish to live in peace and prosperity.
The discussions today are the same as those in times past. Retreating now will forever deny us the future. The child has already conquered her confusion and fear. No longer before the mists of fate will she cower.
Hearken to the sounds that the doors whisper.
She travels through myriad passages, burning with determination to once again bring light to humans through her endeavor. The children fly into the streets, wishing to encourage the residents' faith.
Please, be not afraid. We will definitely bring you to a new home.
Lady Treeby, Lady Trianne, please, don't cry.
Do not worry. We trust you always.
The matron wipes away the tears of the children's faces. The praying ones piously bless them in faith. The lost ones take the children's hands, just as the prophecy guides their path.
Bear the divine authority, it declared. Quiet Trinan has little to say. Lively Trianne loves to play. And well-behaved Treeby roams around all day.
The people's encouragement rings sincere. The Chrysos heir's companionship lasts through the years, and mother's embrace warms up every dream. Thus the child understands, thus the child accepts. Though countless farewells on her shoulders weigh, though destiny's blood dries like clay. There will always be passageways filled with warm sun rays that silently open to them in future and past days, and from them a voice says,
Forge miracles, it declared.
Really good touch that the voice was getting younger and younger. We finish off. Who has one to finish? Mighty's ready to finish. Do Mighty. Lonesome wandering, death, endless. Chapter 10, Part 5, Light of Glory Unstifled.
As always, to perceive the man's fury, one must do so 7,000 paces away.
This one has voice. I thought maybe it was the last one that doesn't, for whatever reason, but this is the last one and it has it.
The Krymnos he guards is once again shrouded by mist. Rust, blood, and fire are the ceremonial ode to the demigod. There is no one to witness or to give cheers of glory. The final Krymnos festival goes on without end.
It's possible that maybe they just didn't have enough time.
The victor shall embrace death and silence, and his glory will only be remembered by the defeated array. For that man, laws and seals no longer have meaning. War and battle never cease for a single minute, each passing day indistinguishable, morning and night entwined. The corpses pile up, filling ravines, forming mountains strong. He carved time with peak's edge and counted the fleeting years by fires of war. Sometimes the lion would climb to the hilltop to look down on the world and search for friends in longing. The distant heavens and earth stretched vast and boundless, but their endlessness felt ever more remote. Like Nikador, he cannot escape madness's clutches. Guarding the city alone and embroiled in war, the murmurs of the black tide constantly sound in his ears. Yet a flame soars up his chest every moment, casting light upon the indomitable path behind him. Memories seal the echoes of the past as the man strides into battle, fists clenched fast. He is the wound this world must bear, the new king before whom old gods despair. As stated in Idonia's poems, humans are born with eyes closed to accustom to this world's light, and their sight fades in old age to reacquaint with night's anthems. But the man did not bow to the decay of time, rejecting the lure of death's call. With each return from the brink of death, his eyes burn with fury, fixed upon his foes, until everything suddenly faded away, like a surging black tide swallowing all into nothingness. The world dissipates in the roiling black tide's requiem. Even the lion will one day die, a departure with no way back. With a sudden fall, his pierced chest hits the ground, and slowly flowing into the underworld is his golden blood, departing his system.
Wow, they gave the Flame Reaver a voice line.
But that gaze, fierce as flame, never dimmed, not even in death, looking beyond those flame-seeking figures, reaching far toward the endless horizon. In the morrow sky, the stars will chant, "The lone king of Kremnos is called mighty. His journey was one of ceaseless, eternal warfare, and behind him, he left a world ablaze with glory."
Naxa and Casteries both have two left. We'll fill them out though. Coexistence, revival, unknown to all, dying wish, divine entity. Wretched. Why does he have so many descriptions? No one else has had this much. Demise Scholar, Chapter 8. Looks like 5 is available too. We just haven't done 4 yet. Interesting. Lose not your humanity, Part 4.
On the day that the grove fell, he accepted his defeat and demise, as if embracing truth and heresy.
Believe in Titans, and you'll have a happy death. Deny the Titans, and you'll have a fulfilling death.
Yet, as the lightened soul bids farewell to its heavy shell, a Titan made an untimely call.
Do not be startled, child of humanity. You have a final query in this world.
You finally came.
He does not seem shocked and lets the core flame take over his shell.
Be more punctual next time, if you will.
Upon his first meeting with the Titan, the blasphemer is already on his best behavior. And towards the suggestion to reforge his body, he paid no mind.
I have so kindly offered you the best body. So why do you insist upon your mortal imperfection?
The scholar replies in candor.
Only by retaining the various flaws can my humanity be preserved in rigor.
His form remains in the mortal realm, while his spirit walks the river of souls' shores. Between life and death, he fatigues. Dwelling in the child of humankind's thoughts and senses, the Titan cannot bear to remain a mere spectator.
Why not ask me your questions, child of humanity? I am rich in wisdom, and shall speak with no ambiguity.
As though an unspoken pact, the scholar asked the god about all things, feigning a humble quest for knowledge.
Do you treat me just as a way to answer questions? A mere machine?
The Titan got what they asked for.
You should thank me, for good questions are rarer than good answers.
Compared to the joy of a new life, the scholarly breakthrough carried home alongside death filled the scholar's heart with more fervor. He returned to the Scourged Grove many times, and the black tide followed. Despite his defeats, he never sought help or permission. But at every desperate moment, the Titan would eventually take over one half of his body. The union of man and God, a flawed and clumsy choreography. It happened but once, a perfect harmony. One man, one God, speaking in one breath.
Stop stepping forward at the same time as me.
The Titan once revealed the secrets of mixing life, a boon, seemingly a blessing, but full of malice.
What a tempting bait. But that's not my desired chalice.
Divine power is within his reach, but the scholar is not moved by that essence. This long and abnormal temptation is also a trial of elevation, for the sage can achieve all things, but shortcuts alone he abhors with silence.
Teacher, in this tumultuous world, Have you thought about your will?
Yeah, so if they actually do give us, they give us 4 and 5 at the same time, which is kind of crazy, but we'll finish off Anaxagoras and Castoris.
It was just a joke, but the scholar, still at the grove, answered with extreme caution. He has much to say about his posthumous affairs, exhausting all, fearing the smallest omission.
Teacher, could it be that you fear death?
The assistant asks in concern. It was a question needed, yet he gave no direct reply.
Philosophy is the inquiry into death, and I have always considered myself a philosopher.
The assistant recounts all of the scholar's final wishes, each mighty as a mountain, asking what seemed impossible.
The tombstone must be made of my treasured rare stones, carved with Dromus patterns.
Dromus patterns?
But that stone is a miracle of alchemy, tough beyond measure. No chisel could have shaken.
That's also his plan.
The assistant softly reveals the hidden plot.
He hopes that instead of shedding tears over his death, we will find it in us to smile, even in a moment of sorrow.
It's rumored that in the depths of the grove, the scholar left a teaching ingenium, imitating himself to the utmost detail.
I assume they just use that word ingenium, but they probably shouldn't in this game, since ingenium are specifically like the robots from Shinjo, aren't they? Aren't they called ingeniums?
Go back. The living have not exhausted their thoughts. Go back. The dead have no desire to teach their works.
The ingenium's words are cold and detached, like the deceased man himself.
But if you have no one to talk to, fine. You can sit and converse.
Now, the grove is no longer bustling, and the scholar has returned to dust. Thus, few in this world now know how he was also troubled by solitude in life. Someone once suggested,
perhaps your ambition should also find its place among your final wishes.
Pointless notion.
He dismissed in derision.
Unveiling the countenance of the gods is a task for the living.
Perhaps that is his haughty position. Such a melancholy topic, yet he insists on feigning a twist, avoiding it altogether. Perhaps these chapters should not be retained. Most are from the scholar's handwritten drafts, shown without his permission. Yet there seems to be a voice there in remonstration.
It's just the past. What harm is there in revelation?
Even in passing, his hubris still resounds in reverberation.
The smaller a thing is, the more it shows its weight. The more foolish my name is, the more glory my achievements will be in comparison.
Until why is it? I think the I and T are. Yeah, I think it's TI and then E's upside down for some reason. Giant Dragon, the Memoirs, River of Souls, Sisters of This Life. Chapter 11, Part 4, When the Wind Was Warm.
The two girls frolicked in the wheat fields, fleet as doe deer, making ripples in the shallow puddles and pools clear. As dusk approaches, the exhausted girls collapse over the wheat heaps, talking about their longings and dreams of literature, love, and a journey through a world dear.
Oh, Sky, slow your closing gaze. How I want to keep this moment in my hands forevermore.
On that day, the breeze was warm and gentle. At that time, death was soft and fair. The broken-winged butterfly falls by the window, bringing with it a scent of melancholy. The girl looks outside. The golden wheat fields rolled endlessly, stretching to the horizon. Holding to the chair, she tries to stand, only to find her legs trembling and feeble.
Don't worry, Pelixia.
Her older sister whispers beside her ear, and on her sister's shoulder, the girl weeps mournfully. And time thus becomes silent, painted with sighs only. When hearing the healer's diagnosis, the girl remained deathly still. Her eyes were already drained of tears, and her heart a wilted grave.
Every time she has something on her mind, she would tilt her head and look outside.
Her sister follows her gaze, seeing a barren field turned by wind into a desolate gray expanse. Till one day, when the girl looks outside, she sees a dash of dark blue, most brave.
It's a flower my sister planted.
Like the torrential river of life, it pours into the depths of her heart. The flower is called Antilla. Even in the Netherland, it's rumored to thrive.
You are the quiet in my heart, amidst the chaotic choreography.
That seems to be its floriography.
The Netherlands? I didn't know that place was in Enforus.
When the days are warm, the sister would take the girl on long journeys through the flower fields, gazing upon rivers, napping amongst the grove, a discussion hardy.
After I die, I want to become an Antilla flower and become the quietness in your soul.
A thoughtless word from the girl gains her a wrapping on her forehead most dainty.
Do not speak of dusk when you have yet to see the dawn.
Dew drops from the petals as wind pulls on the leaves, and the two of them sit in quietude. The girl asks for the means to tend to the garden, and while her sister sounds concerned, her heart is relieved. But the concern is well-founded. The girl tripped and fell into a mire, She gazed directly into the eyes of death in that dark pool, bottom unperceived.
I've been the weight upon my sister's wings. Let this be where it all comes to rest.
The girl gives up her struggles, only to see a figure pierce through the water's surface.
I won't allow you to walk through the dusk alone, or enter the night of no reprieve.
Her sister sobs without end, and the girl has to gently hug her and softly relieve. And then, this distant memory turns bleary, difficult to retrieve. The river of souls flows to the other side, wrapped in the land's night. Broad, slow, an eternal and silent sight. It belongs to all in this world that has life, all of which flows downstream, converging as one. The master of the nether realm, Thanatos, enshrouds himself and the souls within the moon cocoon. The dragon, born from the cocoon, carries a girl, soaring upstream the river of souls, defying its eternal flow. Their connection flows tighter than blood, and the key that opens the netherworld's gates is the sisters' selfish plight. Back then, the boreal winds cut through to the bone. Back then, death was a bitter and stabbing fright. In the Netherrealm, without an earth or sky, a flower named Antilla blooms, its beauty witnessed by but one soul.
You are the quiet in my heart, amidst the chaotic choreography.
The younger sister scores through the blooming Antilla fields, never finding that promised dark blue sprig. She silently made up her mind.
Death, leave all your dark nights to me, and save the dawns for her.
The younger sister gazes at the moon cocoon high above and plans a trip to the mortal realm, a distant flurry. A bard once sung to musical notes.
Do not turn back. Oh, do not turn back. The long hand of shadow will retain the dead behind their gates.
The giant dragon born from the moon cocoon willingly offered itself as the enduring barge of the River of Souls.
No need to turn back. Oh, no need to turn back. That price had long been paid for you by someone else.
The dragon lowers its long neck and places the girl on its back. In slumber, she will unknowingly greet the dawn of her rebirth. The dragon flaps its wings in the chilly gloom of the floating dead upstream. Ferrying from purity into grime, going from silence to roaring boom. The souls of countless poets flounder past, their distant rhymes endless like foams.
Do not turn back, for to look toward the land of mortals is in itself turning back.
So where are you supposed to look?
In this pale dawn, the sun's first rays light the night ablaze. So the dragon crosses the sea of souls onto the shores of life and strands itself in the gleam. not where these stories arise. They are scattered across the shallows with the waves. The confession the girl made before her departure still echoes in the tide's heaves.
If there is anything for me to leave behind, may it find a soul to remember. This is the ode of my life, and I've already penned my last stroke.
Treasures Encounters. A Promise. Chapter 12, Part 3, Thief in the Human World.
If every single scar equals a coin, then the girl always pursued would be worth her weight in gold. Deception, theft, and night heists. But her nerves failed her when it mattered most. The girl clutches meager loot to her chest and escapes, muttering curses, bearing her pain.
We're head on. I definitely win next time.
She always longs for the coin of Whimsy's blessing and creed. Yet the coin in the air always suddenly disappears, as if in reply from the trickery titan. Day and night flow, and the thief's star makes circles across the sky, while time molds the girl into an adult. The cloak once used to conceal her entire body now only suffices as a hood that barely covers her fringe.
That's the same cloak? That's no way she was that small. She had to have cut it off.
No matter. These days, I have no need to hide.
With a confident stride and a silver tongue, her perfected fraud thieving every opportunity as a result. And at curtain fall hour, those treasure-seeking steps fade into the moonlight. When she appears again, her arms are laden with money's weight. What is the art of thieving?
Stealing from the poor. Not enough loot. Stealing from the rich. That's a boring task to boot.
The girl narrows her eyes of greed towards those called the Chrysos heirs. The golden vines of the sages' homes, the sacred carcass of the Deathward realm, the divine lyre of the seashore's pearl, and the crystal chalice of the Thousand Gates. The girl knows not the treasure's origins, only that they are all valuable beyond measure.
To have something priceless is the true art of thieving.
A pity the deceits are all eventually revealed, and the thief meets a rare defeat. A golden thread discerns her meticulous disguise, and the heroes hold down her third hand to imprison in this thief star made of human feet.
I take defeat with my head held high. Spare me your sympathy.
She frankly faces the accusations, knowing that escaping would be nothing more than child's play. So the Chrysos heir outside the cage smiles sweet.
Would you like to see my most precious? A treasure bright?
It is a dress, like the beauty god Nestia's divine body. More blinding than the sun, rivaling the moon in its glory.
It is woven by divine threads. It captivates even the gods. But all the lies and deceit are revealed under the golden thread's query.
The world-famous thief is stirred by such grand words into a flurry.
Then just you watch. This wondrous dress will forever remain in my own gallery.
Smiles. Good student. Lustrous dream. Chapter 6, Part 3, Life in the Grove.
A good student who often did stupid things.
Was the assessment from the lotophagist sage.
Lotophagist, not lotophagist. Slightly different stress marking, okay.
An excellent healer who fails at all scholarly means.
Was the assessment from the noticed sage.
A shining child who also burns away her own life's rays.
Was the assessment from the erythrocaramist sage.
Erythrocaramist is always just hard to pronounce. Wow, all of them were like, yeah, man, Hyacine, she's kind of stupid. Dang, guys, what the heck?
A fool who was always wreathed in smiles, while drowning in a weighty and pitiful dream.
Was the assessment from the new sporist sage. The girl had visited all the schools during her time studying in the Grove. She refused to become a scholar, despite her exemplary grades.
Instead of increasing this world's knowledge, I prefer to reduce its pain.
While the sages faced her words in silence, the new sporist sage alone decided to hire her as assistant post-haste.
An apprentice who spends wisdom is more precious than scholars who hide knowledge away.
I guess they were more upset that she wouldn't join them? Sound like they were. And that one guy at least was like, yeah, she's a great healer, but like terrible at everything else.
The faded twilight courtyard, long eroded by time, now shelters a girl, the sole heir of her lineage. Loneliness accompanied her days, till the sage of the Caprists visited her and brought her a chromatic pony with a grin.
Oh, we're gonna actually learn where little Ika came from?
It may be the Eye of Twilight's creation in times gone by, for it shines with the sky's rainbow hues within.
Could it be the warlike winged beast of her father's tales? But the sleepy and dreary-eyed pony before her was soft as freshest plucked cotton. The girl still took this gift, for from the little creature she smelled the scent of clouds distant.
If it weren't for her, I would have suffered more accusations.
The new sporism sage says in admission. The scholars coming to deliver arguments and reproach often stopped before the door, not coming to fruition. For the girl before the door soothed their blazing anger like the soft clouds, gentleness in cumulation.
Do you know what sacrileges he has committed?
The girl muddles her answers, yet her heart knows in full admission.
Like you and me, he too wishes to heal all of this world's afflictions.
The girl treated ailments for many years in the grove, composing her medical treatises into tomes. When scholars seek medical help, she realizes with a startle that kindness too can grow into its own bloom. By that time, the twilight already lost their eyes, and the world drowns in evernight, while the girl and the healer again traverse the world in gloom. Seeing the golden thread and ivy in the night, though it has been long since she recalled her past, she once again thinks of her childhood dream.
Should the sun be dimmed by destiny's decree, then the dawn that heals the world I shall replace.
So many things happened all of a sudden. Farewells are always so abrupt, making it hard to say what's truly in one's heart. Since we have time now, if you had to say goodbye to me, what would you say? Just curious. I believe we'll meet again someday. I will always remember you. 'Cause you're a memo sprite. That was a good one, actually. Oh, saying it like that, I might end up regretting it. That really should be saved for the final moment, shouldn't it? So is everyone's story coming to an end? I always wanted to see a new story, but now my feelings are a little different. I really hope everything about them never reaches to an end. Well, let's continue. I should be more surprised by someone, but somehow I knew you would say that. Then there's no need to dwell on it. No matter what happens next, no matter what you decide, I'll always stand by your side. We're the best of partners, and that will never change, right? Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. What is a memo sprite at this point? You know? Because every type, I don't think half of them are even memo sprites that we have so far. We've got Mim, who is a memo sprite, whatever that is. Although she might just be a person. Right, so we have Mim. Then we have the garment makers, which are just... like, those are pretty memo spritey. They're like weird creations of Aglaya. Sure. But then we have a dragon, which is literally just Castoris' sister. And then we have little Ika, who's just an animal. Little Ika's just an animal. The story literally just told us that a caprist sage, the caprists are sages of nature and raise animals, just gave it to Hyacine as a pet. So, like, what is a memo sprite? Can things become memo sprites? Was little Ika an animal, and then it became a memo sprite? I don't know. It seems like I don't think memo sprites are even real. I think it's just a made-up term. That's what I think. After all, the Remembrance class isn't even a real class. It's just every other class. Shall we check out this event? Character selection. I don't think any of these characters I need to... Still out. Is this... I think this is going to be like the other... I assume it's the same... Because I remember the raccoon, right? So it's like a game, it's a fight game with like a kind of like a roguelike thing, right? Take a look at it. Where are we? We're in Pinacone. Yep.
It's still early. Where to now?
Ah, we're at the college. Hey, Giovanni. Good evening, my dear. It's such an exhilarating reunion being able to cross paths again, and again in this vast universe. It seems we really have a special bond. Someone help, a fool has snuck in. Your humor, as always, is truly comforting, my dear friend. Though it's been a while since we last met, there's a saying that goes, this moment is just like that moment back then. Look at the machine beside me, doesn't it seem a little familiar to you? My dear friend, do you still remember that golden dream of the legend of the galactic baseballer? So is this the official version? That's right. I'm glad you still remember that teeny hero. You might have heard that thanks to excellent beta test results, players have been eagerly awaiting the next installment. After such hard work from the dev team, the official version has finally launched for the public. We've optimized and iterated the overall project based on the beta while adding and expanding gameplay features. As a hub for young talent, Paperfold University is naturally one of our primary launch locations. Now, the console for Legend of Galactic Baseballer Demon King is right in front of you. Don't you want to give it a go? Are there any rewards for finishing it? Haha, don't worry. As one of the developers likes to say, a game that doesn't reward players properly is just cheating them. I couldn't agree more. So in addition to rewards unlocked as you progress, players can also earn exclusive raccoon-themed avatar merchandise by unlocking certain achievements. How about it? Why not act on that impulse and give it a shot? Tell me more about the game. Let me think. In the test version, the story goes like this. The little hero bids farewell to their hometown and embarks on an endless adventure across the cosmos, seeking the strongest weapon, the legendary baseball bat. Under the cunning tricks of the Duke, the righteous baseballer is caught off guard and falls into a black hole that connects to countless unknown worlds. And that's where the adventure begins. In the black hole, our lucky hero, instead of perishing, discovers the true location of the ultimate bat. It is in the hands of the Black Cloak Demon King. Thus, the brave baseballer decides to follow the Demon King's trail and challenge them. Sounds pretty exciting, doesn't it? Believe me when I say our team is professional when it comes to making games. Cool. Alright, I'll stay here. If you have any questions, feel free to come find me. But right now, instead of hearing me talk about it, why not experience it for yourself, my friend? Happy gaming. Hey, it's been a while. Remember me, the Galactic Baseballer. Now, how about are now about to embark on a new adventure. Good news, to recognize our outstanding contributions to galactic security, the Planetary Safety Committee has gifted us a super deluxe package. Ta-da, it's a black gold pass that lets us skip the initial planets. Wow. An experienced cosmic adventurer, you possess evident strength and excellence, renowned bravery and wisdom. To thank you for your contributions in the development of the cosmos, we will give you the permission to skip the tutorial. I see. Do I remember? Do I need to remember? I don't remember, but do I need to remember how it works? Probably not. Skip it. Based on reliable sources, the ultimate bat I've been seeking is currently in the hands of the Black Cloak Demon King, who rules over the cosmos. What's worse, to prevent his evil reign from being shaken, the cunning Demon King shattered the bat and entrusted its pieces to his minions. It's bound to be a tough journey, but don't underestimate the galactic baseballer. I'll definitely defeat the Demon King and reclaim the ultimate bat. Being prideful is the bane of warriors. Before we go, let's review some basic adventuring techniques. I know you skipped the tutorial, but here's the tutorial. Raise your team's level within the allocated cycles. As the team levels up, you'll be able to choose randomly drawn weapons or accessories. Remember to prioritize weapon upgrades and find the corresponding resonant accessory. After obtaining a level 8 weapon and its corresponding resonant accessory, you can then select to ascend to an impressive legendary weapon. Having accessories with the corresponding stats or traits boosts will enhance a weapon's effectiveness. Yeah, so there's a weapon and then there's like an accessory that goes with the weapon. Make a reasonable weapon accessory combinations to obtain stronger combo effects. Let's go. Our destination is, let's see, the tiny planet V612. How weird. Is the star map wrong? I remember it was a volcanic planet. What happened? Not important. Apparently the Demon King appeared there before, so let's take a look. It's finally starting. The adventure is blazing up in me. Don't worry, I'll be with you all the way. Let's see what I prepared for you. On this planet, I'll equip you with an initial weapon. Every time an enemy level increases by 1, all allies' damage increases by 40%, and Memo Sprites deal additional damage by 40%. Wow. Get your team ready and let's go. So we're starting with the Ranger Badge, which uses attacks as a set speed, dealing more damage with more allied targets. It's a launch summon type. Recommended hammer, spear, and daggers. And it wants the good old combo. We'll do this combo then. The Ranger's Badge summons archers at a fixed speed to shoot wind arrows. The more ally summons present, the more archers summoned. Prioritize upgrading the initial weapon level, increasing the resonance to ascend to a legendary weapon. Weapon combination recommendations. Wind, lightning, and physical type Ranger Badge. Thunder Hammer and Assassin Dagger launch trait. Badge and Spear of Eternal Ice combo. Ranger Badge Evolved and Thundering Hammer.
I'm on it.
Combat for each wave will conclude after the countdown reaches 0. When the countdown reaches 0, the undefeated enemies will disappear. That means you'll lose the experience. Alright.
Well, we can do it.
I like how they're like, you can skip the tutorial, but then we're gonna tell you everything of how it works. Okay. I guess they won't complain. What do your skill do? It's just a heal.
I heard the call. Doubt farewell.
A little honesty would do us good.
These mortals watch over you and guide you on your path.
Countless threads.
Thus our fates become one.
So fragile, like a wisp of silk.
The initial weapon has been already equipped for you. Upgrade it to level 8 first. Don't forget that resin accessories are key to achieving legendary weapon ascension. After an ally character summons take action, advances the action of a random summon type weapon. Cream raccoon pie. I'd eat it. Assassin Dagger, they do recommend. Executes enemies with HP lower than 10% of their max HP and increases ally attacks to deal additional physical damage. After defeating a certain number of enemies, attacks all enemies.
This is being in sync?
Mimi!
Trust me. We can do anything!
Being direct is always all lies to be revealed.
I'm gonna hold everyone back again!
Get them!
Doubt farewell.
So fragile, like a wisp of silk. A little honesty would all lie to be revealed. Countless threads.
Thus our fates become one.
So fragile, like a wisp of silk.
Spear of Eternal Ice. After allied targets hit a total of 18 enemies, the spear fires. Attack the enemy at the highest HP.
Of no great concern.
Just don't learn.
All lies to be revealed.
After an ally uses the ultimate, Thunderhammer attacks the enemy at the highest HP.
I'm gonna hold everyone back again! Protect!
I'll overcome the thorn.
Don't come any closer!
Fiend or devil, I'll crush them all!
Countless threads.
Thus our fates become one.
Trust me. We can do anything!
doubt farewell.
How do I... She's already there, though, so, like... What's the point? Well...
This mortal watch over you and guide you on your path.
Is that fear I sense? So fragile, like a wisp of silk.
The time zone furious sucker.
All lies to be revealed.
The Evernight Shield, the number of attacks unleashed by launch weapons increases by 1. I have 2 launch weapons, so that's cool. Okay.
I'm on it.
Mimi.
You can do it. We'll overcome the thorns. Serenity is before me.
So fragile, like a wisp of silk.
Attention, a heavy hitter is coming. When facing waves of elite enemies, there are objectives to complete. If you want to clear the challenge, you need to defeat the designated number of enemies before the countdown reaches 0. Countdown will be displayed here to defeat the enemies as soon as possible.
A little honesty would do us good. Time for revolution. Countless, thus our fates become one. All lies to be revealed.
I'm gonna hold everyone back again.
Break's over. Trust me. We'll do anything.
Did I defeat 6 of them? In 1 turn, pretty much?
So fragile, like a wisp of silk.
Heard the call. Moment to doubt farewell.
Is that fear I sense? All lies to be revealed.
Just wait.
Fiends or devils, I'll crush them all.
This mortal watch over you and guide you on your path.
Awesome. Combo rate of combo type weapons is increased by 6%. Sure.
So fragile, like a wisp of silk.
You found someone your own size.
Break's over. Trust me. We'll do anything.
All lies to be revealed.
Seek and you shall receive. Serenity is before me.
A little honest, so fragile, like a wisp of silk.
I will say, anytime they have the game has me use this team, it's like, man, this is actually a really good team.
All within thus our
And
fates
Sunday's
become one.
a pretty good character, actually.
All lies to be revealed.
Just constant free action events.
Pick on someone your own style. Fiends or devil, I'll crush them all. Get them.
Shadowy Cloak. When an allied target and weapon attacks an enemy with the current HP more than 50%, deal additional 30%.
You can do it! Trust. We can do anything! Out, farewell!
So fragile, like a wisp of silk. A little honest. All lies shall be revealed.
I forgot there's loot boxes as well. Wow. A shocking discovery. I found the treasure chest the Demon King secretly hid. Let's see what's inside. Such impressive equipment. And all that sparkly raccoon gold coins, the more the money the better. Just stuff it in your pockets first. What do? After an allied character's summon takes an action, advance the action of a random summon by 12%.
Is being in sync?
This mortal will watch over you and guide you on your path. You can do it!
I do wonder what they'll do with, because as compared to Sunday, I know people still, I think Bronya's okay still, but I wonder what they'll do when they update Bronya.
Fool! You can't play dead standing up!
Thank you, friend. Time for resolution.
Assuming,
Countless
which I think
threads.
Thus our fates
is the plan.
become one.
So fragile, like a wisp of silk. All lies shall be revealed.
Serenity is before me.
A little so fragile, like a wisp of silk.
Is being in sync?
Is that fear I sense? All lies shall be revealed.
I'll overcome the thorns. Out, farewell.
So fragile, like a wisp of silk.
Where did this little brazen dolt come from? Stand still, let me grind you into dust. Ow. That hurt. Look, that fellow with the Demon King's mark is the Demon King's minion. He will constantly chase after us in the current phase. Focus on defeating him first. Defeat the Demon King to get a treasure.
Fiends or devil, I'll crush them all.
How did Giovanni make a game about Amphorius? That's the real question.
You can do it! Trust me.
How did he know that the Flame Reaver likes to chase people?
Countless threads.
Thus our fates become one.
All light to be revealed. A little honest, so fragile, like a wisp of silk.
Haven't seen the Beauty Knight in a while. Why would you invoke his name?
Heard the call. Serenity is before me.
Is that fear I sense?
This mortals watch over you and guide you on your path.
As long as we stay on Enforius, we're safe. That's why we can't let Enforius explode. Because then we'd have to leave. And then the Beauty Knight could show up at any moment. Is that it? Oh, the Demon King's minion even dropped their treasure chest. Open it up. Wow.
So fragile, like a wisp of silk.
I ran out of skill points, apparently.
Stay put. Get them.
Doubt farewell.
A little honest, all light to be revealed.
Hero Summon, legendary weapon. Use the attack at a set speed, dealing more damage with more allied targets and additional summons. Broadsword Warrior to attack all targets. Oh snap. The bows are still there too, that's cool.
Just you wait.
Countless threads.
Thus our fates become one.
So fragile, like a wisp of silk.
This is being in sync. Still here. Trust me. We can do anything.
Is that fear all light to be revealed?
Doubt farewell.
A little honesty would do us good.
This mortal watch over you and guide you on your path.
So fragile, like a wisp of silk.
Alright, stop with the laser beam.
Bees or devil, I'll crush them all.
Trust me. We can do anything.
All light to be revealed.
Alright. Alright, guys. Where's my healer? We'll get into more hammer. I think the hammer's the better one.
You can do it.
Stay put.
I can't
Countless threads, thus our fates become one. So fragile, like a wisp of silk.
Heard the call.
No skill points to action for her, that's not good. Wow.
This mortal will watch over you and guide you on your path.
Is that the
Break's over.
Catadons?
Serenity is before me.
A little honest. Countless threads, thus our fates become one. All lies shall be revealed.
I'm on it. We can do it. Trust me. We can do anything.
So fragile, like a wisp of silk. Is that fear I send? All lies shall be revealed.
Stay put. Get there.
I'll overcome the thorns.
Fiends or devils. I'll crush them all.
Head down, farewell.
Being direct is so fragile, like a wisp of silk.
I'm on it.
Try and finish off the hammer, get the legendary hammer. Nikador. Didn't see that coming.
Threads, thus our fates become one. All lies shall be revealed. Thank you, friend.
Serenity is before me.
A little honest, so fragile, like a wisp of silk.
This mortal will watch over you and guide you on your path. This is being in sync. Trust me, we can do anything.
Is that fear I sense? All lies shall be revealed.
Not a lot of damage to Nikador. Kind of mostly just have to rely on our summons, I guess.
Countless threads, thus our fates become one. So fragile, like a wisp of silk.
farewell.
All lives will be revealed.
Fiends or devil, I'll crush them all!
I'm on it.
Mimi.
That guy. There's the guy's shield. Not even the big sword does much.
A little honesty would do us good. So fragile, like a wisp of silk.
Thunderstone hammer, or thunderstorm even.
Trust me, we'll do anything!
All lives will be revealed.
Thus our fates become one.
Serenity is before me.
Is that fear I said? So fragile, like a wisp of silk.
This mortal form will watch over you and guide you on your path. This is being in sync?
Mimi!
Guess we'll upgrade our other weapons.
A little honesty.
They're
would
pretty
all
low.
lives be revealed.
Stay put! Get them!
We'll overcome the thorns. Won't let doubt farewell.
Is that fear so fragile, like a wisp of silk? Countless threads.
Thus our fates become one.
All lives will be revealed.
Trust me, we'll do anything!
A little honest, so fragile, like a wisp of silk.
Thought I wasn't going to make it there for a second. Ah, this shiny shimmering thing. Isn't this the ultimate bat fragment we're searching for? This is awesome. As soon as we collect all the fragment pieces, we can reform the ultimate bat and defeat the Demon King. Since the adventure on this planet has come to a close, let's review the exciting performance just now. Wow. I forgot how long these fights are. What happened? This used to be a volcanic planet. The evil Demon King has claimed this place as his own, stripping it of name and turning into countless roses into man-eating flowers. They hide in pipes, waiting to ambush me when I least expect it. Fortunately, we've defeated his minion and liberated the volcanic planet. With time, we'll return it to its original state, which is on fire, I guess. The Black Cloak Demon King's wicked influence is all over the cosmos. Planet C996, which we're going to next, also fell victim. Yeah? So that's not related to the message I got. So let me actually read this message now. Everyone, the train car has entered M4 is still out of contact. How did we get this message? Okay, interesting. March 7th's condition also seems to be getting worse. Maybe I should have replied to this sooner. Hey, can you read this? Message failed to send. No. How's the situation on your end, Welt? Things are going well so far. Herta invited Skrulum to assist us, and we had detailed chat in the seclusion zone. Both geniuses contributed to their knowledge. We're now closer to clearing up the mystery surrounding M4. However, there's a lot of unexpected information. It's hard to explain everything in a text message. I'll send you the meeting notes as a video right now. Understood. Can I watch if I go to the space station? Help me out here, Space Anchor. I want to head to the space station. Check their meeting records, too. Message failed to send. Interesting that we got a connection there. Okay. Briefly. One-way connection. Then do these quests. We've got this. Go find the guard in Dawn Cloud. We can do that. Oh, he put a helmet on. That's why I didn't recognize him. If he didn't have a helmet on, I would have recognized him earlier. Stop. Oh, it's you. That guy. The war's already reached Akama. You might be pretty skilled and powerful, but if you don't have anything urgent that's keeping you out of here, it's best not to linger outside and find shelter. The guard's tone is as tough as his armor. He doesn't seem like the type to go tender easily. Forget about that. I have to bring kids here for some reason, even though it's a really terrible idea. Tell them the children's request. What? Absolutely not. Look at the sorry state of things. The kids should stay where they're safe. I agree. But... but I must. Someone called Mr. Nice Guard. You got any other details? If you give any more details, you'll expose things. Serena doesn't want to cause that guard more trouble. You need something else? Did today's guard rotation get changed? Probably. It's... The one you're familiar with might be my colleague, maybe? We've been on the cycle in and out of the same post for more than a decade. But the situation is critical. The Holy City Guards transferred a bunch of people to hold back the tide. There's only a small group left here to maintain order and evacuate the citizens. My colleague got deployed to front line. I'd switch with him, but he refused. He just told me to stay here and leave the front lines to him. I know, his father was a guard of the city too, slaying monsters of the Black Tide. He always wanted to do the same thing, to prove he had the strength to protect his family in Akama. Thanks for your help. You've got me acting up a cold sweat here. You can just praise my friend, I didn't do much. Where's he stationed? From Kefli Plaza to the city gates, the main Black Tide defense line, this batch of guards might all be deployed there. Hope they make it back in one piece. This time I'm swapping shifts with him no matter what. Go to the place he talked about. Maybe you can lend the guards a hand even. Say hi to Kratos. I don't think I said hi to him yet.
The Eternal Night is merely another perilous battlefield.
Well, hello again. They're looking rather spirited. What brings you here? It's good to see you survived. Yes, I'm still here. Frankly, I was shocked, as were all of us whose lives hung by a thread thanks to Miss Hyacinth's blessings of the sky. We assumed that when Aquila fell, the sky's divinity would instantly fade, replaced by the calling of the River of Souls. But it seems the sky's blessing hasn't left us. In fact, it feels even warmer now. This must be Hyacinth's farewell gift to the afflicted. bestowed from her new home in the sky. Yep. I see a nymph over there. Human, you must be lost and in pain right now. But I can't help you. But there must have been a moment, whether in your childhood, during your travels, or just an ordinary instant, when a word, a scene, or a smile made you feel like you could keep going. Think of that moment. May it bring you a little comfort. I can't forget that this guy has a quest as well. I'll pick it up later, though. Same with that guy. Where am I going? I'm going all the way over there. Okay. Did a battle just happen here? Front line's not looking great. A young guard lies stiff on the ground, his limbs completely rigid, never to lift even the lightest weapon ever again. No nameplates or relics, nothing to even identify him. You sigh, closing his eyelids. Well, he had brown hair, so talk to this guy first. The guard's body beneath his armor has sustained black tide corruption. Even before the darkness spread to his heart, he passed from the severity of his wounds. Not being completely consumed of rationality by the black tide and turned into a monstrosity might be fate's final mercy for him. You check his breathing with the worst case scenario in mind and confirm the absence of life in his body. His nameplate on his chest has a few blurred words inscribed here. Des. Click, a sound comes. A disturbance resounds from beneath his armor. You check carefully and discover the source of a stone-made voice amplifier. My gosh. They even killed him, huh? Hades, still fiddling with that amplifier? I remember that was something that belonged to your father. Yeah, he liked to use it to play pretend, making voices for me when I was small. After he died in battle, I kept it. I thought it would never come in handy again, but it turns out I ended up mimicking voices with it sometimes too, and that day at Dawncloud, it was just an unexpected moment, born of desperation, but seeing how happy it made the kid, I thought it was a worthwhile lie. I really hope she's still keeping the faith now. Really? Who did you impersonate? If I said I impersonated Kefli, would you believe me? Oh, stop joking around. Say, you're not deliberately adjusting to lift our moods with how desperately the war is going, right? Oh no, look. Black Tide monsters incoming. Which wave of battle are we on now? Let's go. Let's get ready. We can't let the kids of the Holy City lose their smiles. So that's how it was, I understand. Hades, oh, Mr. Nice Guard, who sneaked us into the world-bearing altar and impersonated Kefli for Serena. That was his name. Sadly, he fell. As you sink deep into your thoughts, a despairing wail comes from the sides. Where did you come from? Oh, all-knowing Sky Father, I see your fallen guards, your people. Why does death stain the holy city? Have you abandoned them? The Aranova, our Aranova. I always believed that we would awaken to that warm, radiant future in tranquil dreams. But why does your dawn device darken? Didn't the chaplain say that it would protect us till forever? The priest's sobs fade. You know the eternal protection was a lie that Cypher created. When truth is revealed and faith shatters, will Serena be able to handle the following consequences? You can't let the kids lose their smiles. Yes, indeed. Recall Fade's last words. We can't let the kids of the Holy City lose their smiles. But how should we proceed? A plan forms in your mind. You take Fade's stone-made amplifier and tell that upright guard the whole story, asking him to bring the children before the Colossus. And then you use your lies to complete the children and Fade's final wish. Let's do that then. Dude, we cannot take the kids to the altar. The next day, after clearing the monsters roaming... Okay, I guess we cleared the monsters. Roaming Dawncloud, you stand before a Kefli statue. Perfect timing. I'll hide before Serena and them arrive. This is so dangerous. Standing there, you're well concealed enough. You grip the stone amplifier, and footsteps approach under a guard escort. Serena, Yason, Lathina. Could, by that guy's sincere request, we will be making an exception and allow you into Dawncloud to behold the Titan's sacred form. It's extremely dangerous to wander around recklessly, so I intend for us to return the moment we encounter any monsters, but thanks to Kefli's divine providence, we didn't cross paths with any. Thankfully, I cleared out the roads first. Don't waste time, you can all pray to the Titan for a while. Thanks, mister, it's an amazing sight. Serena, you really came here before? I told you I wasn't lying, go ahead and pray now. Oh, and you have to do it with piety and devoted faith. The Sky Father will definitely respond to your wishes as generally as he did mine. Ain't that right, Mr. Guard? Yes, of course. Dawn Machine's so big. Will it fall on us? Remain silent. Weird, no response. That wasn't a prayer, kid. Honestly, I didn't even know you were asking Kefli. Kefli won't answer such stupid questions. True, true. Oh, but apparently I must. It's against the law to litter from on high. Worry not, I swear that with the law Titan I shall protect all of humanity and wield the authority to every moment, to every memory in the world. The price will be to bear the heaviest burden until another takes the mantle. Dummy, Yason, what kind of question is that? You wasted a chance to pray. My turn. Skyfather Kefli, I asked you sincerely, Akuma and the world-wound web have slowed. Be the news true or false, but everywhere seems to be at war. Chaos reigns, and on the cliffs stand strange shadows. Everyone said that's because Aeronova is coming. What I want to know is, how will you protect us? Will you reach out and take us to the new world? Or it's like after we've been dead for a long time, you'll breathe a breath that resurrects us? Yeah, I'm very scared of dying, so I hope it's the first. Come, all of you, stand upon me, there is space. I was born with a mighty body so that when the apocalypse comes and the world collapses, I can carry the children I created with my arms on my shoulders, so that we might march toward Aeronova together. So as long as you find a safe place to hide, I promise this, the Black Tide won't breach the Holy City, just as my body will stand here eternal. Battery died. Oops. Alright, children, prayer time's over. Remember how the Skyfather replied to you? Yeah, neither meteors nor the Dawn device will fall on me. Everyone in Akama will definitely reach the Aranova safely. Good, now you're all the chosen children who heard the Sky Father. You should be with your families and stay safe and at ease during the apocalypse. Is it over? Huh, Serena's still here. Better sneak away from her quickly. I'm invisible. Young sir, I see you. Dang, she must have rolled a really high perception check. Young sir, it was you who responded to our voices just now, right? You're kidding? It was Kefli. Really, if we pray again now, will the Sky Father still respond to us? Mister, tell me the truth, I can handle that. Was that voice last time also fake? It wasn't really Kefli either, was it? You're hard to fool. Actually, I know about Kefli's voice, who Mr. Niceguard is, all of it. Bad liars. Can't really keep the lie for very long. Hi, everyone did so much for me. The ones who protected me aren't just the distant Titan, but also those around me. And why did you come to pray again? Yeah, because Jason and Lathina still don't know. So many people have looked after me, so I wanted to look after two kids who were even smaller than me, too. I almost burst into tears the first time I heard Kefli's voice. I wanted them to hear it, too, so that they believe, so that they know that the Aranova in the prophecies comes will be protected by the world-bearing Titan. Plus, I'm Serena. I'm slept in busted wooden boxes and kept myself alive by stealing. Don't matter if the prophecy comes true or not. I'm always done my best to keep surviving. Back at the Memorial Market, I tell all the adults and kids Kefli's reply is true and the Sky Father wants us to hold on to hope till the last day of the apocalypse, and then we'll all meet again at the end of the West Wind. Well, I'll escort you back. Thank you, young sir. Young sir. We'll meet again in the Aranova. One day, Kefli. We'll do the quests.
Where can we run to? Everything's
the
gone.
Council of Elders?
Talk to Glykon.
Contingency plan for disasters.
Why isn't that? Why is that exactly? Could it be that he's afraid I'll steal his spotlight? Oh, it's you, my admirer. Sorry, I can't give you an autograph today. I don't think I ever talked to Glykon, so... Originally. That's okay. No autograph this time. I'm really not in the mood to sign autographs today. There. The black tide is raging, and many people are still trapped in various places, calling my name in distress as a 3-time consecutive Achaeans Games throwing champion and a true warrior of competition. How could I stand idly by? But that stubborn old Crateros has ordered the guards not to let anyone go outside, especially me. But I guess it's understandable after all. If I were to die, that'd be a loss for all of humanity. Yeah? Awesome. For the next Achaeanness Games, I'll invite you to sit in the front row of the discus throw event so you can experience the thrill of a discus flying straight at you up close. Cool. Yeah, I probably should do, This guy doesn't have a name, to be fair. But I probably shouldn't talk to any of these people because I didn't talk to them originally yet, so I don't get their story, you know? I guess I could go back quickly and talk to that guy. I really appreciate what's about to happen.
It's still early. Where to now?
Don't know where he is here. I assume he's here somewhere. Although they did move people around, so...
Will you be there in person?
He also could be further in.
We should cut down on our expenses.
Well, he's not here, that's for sure. There's the Yakis. Yeah, he's further in. He's in this area. Another one. Come, my charm must be a curse engraved upon me by Amnestia. All right, hand over your teleslate. Teleslate? What teleslate? You're not here for an autograph? I know you're one of my admirers, having to explain this over and over. So tiresome. All right, give me one. Now, give me your teleslate. Wait, don't tell me you don't even have a teleslate. You didn't actually come for my autograph. Was I imagining things? You can sign my clothes. I thought, pardon me. I got carried away, but it's true that I'm very charismatic. Come and look closely right here. Behold this body and these muscles. Do you like them? Do you admire them? Surely you know the Arcaneus Games. The famous quadrennial sports event that take place in Arcaneus, with countless city-states participating. I was the 3-peat champion of the discus throw event. I thought it was a weird, like, adjective form of Akama, but maybe it's another city-state? Or maybe he just calls Akama Akianis for some reason? That makes me the world's top discus thrower. How can anyone resist my oozing charm? Anyway, back to what we were saying. Since you aren't here for an autograph teleslate, what do you need from me then? Care to chat? Of course, ask me about my glorious achievements. I can talk about them all day. I still don't know who you are. Oh my, you haven't heard about me? But it's impossible you haven't heard about me. I'm Glykon of Acanias. It's an ancient Amphorean city-state known for competitive sports. You may have heard that the people of Acanias, or Aquinas, I don't know how you pronounce that, love to push the limits of their bodies, but you've probably never seen the limit. Well, now you have. I am the limit. Ha ha ha. You don't think I'm tooting my own horn, do you? It's a shame that Akama has yet to host any large-scale sport competitions on the same level. So I don't blame you for not knowing me. But now that you do, you'll be worshipping me in no time. About this sports event. The Acanias Games, the most renowned sports event in the entire Amphoreus. Goodness, do I really need to explain it to you? Amphoreus really is doomed. The Arcanonist Games cover every kind of sports competition you can think of, including track and field, boxing, wrestling, gladiatorial combat, horse racing. There's horses here? Haven't seen one of those before. And so on. Unlike the vicious and aggressive ways of the Kremnoans, we promote the immaculate spirit of competition in the game, so please don't mix us up with those uncouth tribes. And you know what? Discus throw is the most eye-catching event of all. And yours truly is the 3-peat discus throw champion. Wow. This is why I am held as an esteemed guest at Dawncloud. I miss the laurels and applause very much. The Holy City needs its own Akuma games. Have you ever been called a narcissist? You can be frank about it. Yes, I am very narcissistic. So much that it annoys people. But what can I do? My overflowing charm rubs off on me too. Such is my burden. As someone from Arcanias, this narcissism is part of my duty. The Arcanias spirit is to display my fit body and capture those who don't understand the spirit of competition with its excellence. Many have advised me to turn it down a notch, but I've never gotten in their face about it. Not at all. They are just jealous, and I am not obligated to take advice from charmless folk. What do you think? You want my autograph now? Yes, but I gotta go. Alright, I usually hang out nearby. Feel free to come over anytime you want to see me. Alright, so that's Glycon. Now we know. Let's talk to Ayakis. He doesn't have a quest, but he is there, so I'd like to catch up.
Discussion.
I haven't talked to any of these people. I didn't see Coronis though. Wait, I've seen you before at the Citizens' Assembly, standing by Lady Aglaia and Lord Finon. Your name is that guy, isn't it? That's right. You certainly have, though not all of it is good. I'm an archiver of the Council of Elders. According to our records, the Outworlder, that guy, you, the person standing before me, once opened a treasure chest in Akuma without permission, shattered the flying amphora, and let the golden short spear fly through a bustling market. Well, I can't deny that. But maybe you should focus on more serious matters. Honestly, these are serious matters. Look, I'm not seeking reparations, and I'm not here to threaten you either. Wait, do you think I'm some kind of bad guy just because I work for the Council of Elders? Aren't they all bad guys? Of course not. A handful of people don't represent the entire council, or me for that matter. For the record, I'm not who you think I am. I'm just a new graduate from the Grove working for the Council of Elders purely for the generous pay. I have zero political stance. All those things I mentioned are in the records, yes, but like the old fossils in the council, I don't plan to hold you accountable. I just wanted to confirm that you're the person in those records. Because honestly, I think you're like me, young and uninterested in politics. You wouldn't believe how suffocating it is, being surrounded by people who talk about nothing else. I thought maybe we could relate. How about it? Save a fellow youth from the Dawncloud and chat with me for a while? Alright. Of course, it's up to us to bring down the average age around here, so what should we talk about? You graduated from the Grove. That's right, I studied under Professor Anaxagoras. Or Anaxagoras, really, but not sure if you'd heard of him. He's a good person and a decent teacher, but his courses don't exactly translate into practical skills. I heard he emphasizes hands-on practice. Oh, there's plenty of practice, it's not the kind of practice that translates into real occupational skills. So I came to terms with reality, graduated early, and followed my parents' advice to start job hunting. My father recommended this position at the Council of Elders, which incidentally helped me avoid the Grove tragedy. Even though I wasn't the best student, I really liked Professor Anaxagoras. If it weren't for my poor grades, I'd have loved to stay in the Grove and focus on my studies. So you're not keen on staying here? Well, I think about quitting at least a dozen times a day, but that's just that. Thoughts, not actions. Life has to go on, and I need this job. The pay is great, the benefits are excellent, the work itself isn't complicated. Most of it involves liaisoning through lazing with various elites, and honestly, I'm better at it than most of the old-timers here. What really gets me, is the thought about that 10, 20, or even 30 years down the line, I'm still doing this exact same thing, and eventually I'll become one of those old, stodgy, bureaucrats I can't stand. Every time I complain about this to my family, they just say, look at the world out there. Having a job like yours is already remarkable. They're not wrong, so I'll stick with it. Keep your personal life separate from your work. Exactly, you get me. I keep the two separate. I've given up on hoping for changes in my job, but I do wish for some more young colleagues around here. Any scandals you want to share? Scandals? Huh. I wouldn't know anything about that, but I do have some wildly unreliable gossip. No one knows if it's true or not. Want to hear it? Yeah. I knew you'd be interested. When I first joined, there was a senior senator, I'll skip his name, who was quite elderly. The council assigned a bright, cheerful young person to look after his daily needs. I thought it'd be a chance to get to know a fellow junior colleague, but my superior told me not to approach them, not to ask anything, to just mind my own business. Being the obedient type, I did exactly that. And a while later, the senator passed away. Not long after that, they appointed a new member. Here's where it gets weird. This new member looked exactly like the young caretaker, except his demeanor had completely changed. They weren't cheerful anymore, just weary and aged beyond their years. And that's my utterly unreliable bit of gossip. Keep it to yourself, though. Don't go spreading it around. Were they cleaner? The senior senators love saying, we stand at the turning point on the light calendar. Maybe they're right. Goodbye. Hope we make it through this turning point. Yeah, that's this turning point. Alright. I wonder if that senator was a cleaner and then they transferred his spine into the new body or something. You again. Even if you brought this guy along, I still won't agree. Just holding this place is already a struggle, let alone sending people out for rescue missions. Letting civilians go out alone is no different than sending them on to their deaths. This is your own good, too. Civilians? I've already told you I'm no civilian. I've told you all about my glorious achievements, shown you my strong, well-built muscles. I even gave you my autograph. That's quite sincere. That was the thing you forced on me, wasn't it? Sorry, Lord Glykon. I'll acknowledge your achievements in the arena, but competition and real combat are not the same thing. I don't want anyone to throw their life away needlessly. What if I go with him? Because apparently that's what I'm doing. If it's you going with him, I naturally trust your strength. Fantastic. In the next Acheneus Games, I'll make sure to thank you first in my victory speech. Feeling honored? Fill an entire page with it. The guards have reported that there are refugees calling for help from the temple across the way. Its structure is similar to this place. If we clear out the monsters lurking inside, we might be able to establish a safe shelter there. At least 2 more waves of Black Tide are approaching. Go rescue the refugees and claim the glory you seek. Be extremely careful. Yeah, that'd be really cool if we can actually make the next place a safe zone, though. If they change it on us, that'd be cool. Also, let me change my team. I get my money's worth. Help! Yeah, I don't think I can make it. Don't say such foolish things, brother. Didn't we promise each other the pinnacle of the Akame marketplace together? The savings I've gathered from running my stall all these years, I hid them. At least finish what you were saying. Have no fear, for I am here. It's you. Aquila has opened their eyes. Salvation is finally here. Why is it you two? Do I know these two? Maybe they're people also I didn't talk to yet. Who are you guys again? You really forget people that easily? Back when we were running a stall selling spears and shield. It's the thieves? Or not the thieves, the scam artists? Okay. I do remember you now. I actually talked about you just the other day. We used to see you strolling around the streets all the time. Hold on a little longer. Hope is right in front of us. I think it's a Dawn Cloud. Dawn Cloud's really restrictive with who they let in. I really have a bit of fear of heights. Feeling a bit better? This is just the second floor. With you acting like this, how are you ever gonna reach the top of the Akame marketplace? You sure act like you were seriously injured. You don't have to keep pretending to be strong. The real champion is here. We'll crush the monsters like we were holding a discus, right? Yes, the battle phase is about to begin. Fortunately, the surrounding companions are all skilled in their own ways. You might want to ask for their help. I'll handle it. That's right, the passionate, intense battles with every punch landing are the true romance of a hero. Your bat is craving for a thrilling, full-on fight. Am I supposed to fight this thing? Okay.
Take a look. This is pure genius in action.
Keep up! You can fight it, or rock with it!
Is it coming? Are you the West Wind? Let me go!
That's all you got?
Never seen perfection before? Open sesame. Curiosity. Endless riddle.
The monsters in the temple were all wiped out, and Killick helped Kellock down the stairs. Over there. Let's do this puzzle real quick. Okay, reverse that. No. There we go.
Pretty underwhelming.
For you, thanks to the both of you. Being back on solid ground feels so much better. What are you guys doing here? Ever since we stopped the spear and shield business, we've been coming up with some new little gadgets. The great idea we've come up with this time is the Dawn device. Let your candle shine at the brilliance of the Dawn machine. So we came up to the temple to discuss a partnership. However, before it was our time to meet with the priest, a disaster struck. Everyone panicked and fled, most of them running into the back hall of the temple, while we made our way to the second floor. I really don't want to go through that kind of thing again. Are there other refugees in the back hall? There are still at least 2 waves of black tide coming. If they break into the back hall, things would get really bad. We must hold this place. You two should go to the shelter across the way. Go take shelter first. Fleeing in the face of danger is not our style. Even if we were caught selling counterfeit goods, we'll face it head on without hesitation. Okay, well that's, more power to you. Besides, the world is about to reset. If we don't go all out in these final moments, it'll be such a waste. Hey, best case scenario, we meet again in the next life. And if we avenge ourselves, we must avenge ourselves. Those stupid monsters ruined our plan to make a comeback. If I want to get my revenge too. That was Killick. Who's who? I don't even know anymore. Those blasted monsters ruined our reasoning I had prepared to convince the priest. I want to get my revenge too. Those bloody monsters. I still haven't won my 4th individual gold medal in the discus event. Alright, assemble. We're short on both manpower and supplies. Even with someone as strong as me in charge, it's going to be tough to hold off the black tide. The counterfeit goods, the merchandise that was confiscated by the Council of Elders before, are nearby. We can go retrieve them. There are some weapons among them that we can use to arm the refugees, and some armor that can be stacked to make barricades. That's right, the strongest shield made from Georus' nails, capable of withstanding anything. And the strongest spear forged from Nikador's pikes, capable of piercing through anything. You sure have a lot of stock left. Hey now, it's not the time to be picky. Maybe it doesn't work because they're technically, you have to have the divine, power, so I guess only, Cypher could lie about things, I guess. In a deep dark night, with a blessing, what a blessing it is to have a bonfire chase the cold away. Makes you want to hold on to that flame, press it close, let it melt into you. And now you understand what it feels like to be a moth to the flame. The storage room isn't far from here. Please hold the line until we get back. Hellock and Keelik disappear into the bushes, vanishing from sight. In the distance, a chilling howl echoed, followed by a surge of black turbulence, glowing with an ominous red light, rushing forward. Another wave of the attack has begun. Ha ha ha, time for a beating! We'll toss these monsters into the ditch like we're throwing a hammer, right? Yes, another battle phase. Fortunately, you have a reliable companion by your side, someone who has surpassed human limits. Perhaps you can ask for their help. He came for this exact reason, didn't he? Sure, Glycon. Go ahead. Me? I feel like choices never matter in this game, but what if the choices actually matter and he dies? We just send him, he just gets sliced in twain by that giant sword. Charge in your bodybuilding form. To defend the honor of the arena hero, after a brief moment of contemplation, Glycon charged out. Ah, not that spot. The sounds of combat drifted from the distance. The brutal battle, hard to watch, it finally ended, and Glykon hobbled back to your side, limping. That was a bit tough, but they were no match for me. I'd love to get your autograph now. Got you covered, bro. All yours. I need to catch my breath for a bit. We can plan our next move afterwards. He actually did it. What a hero. We can't just sit down doing nothing while we wait for them to come back. Let's pursue and hunt them down. Should we really take such an aggressive approach? There are shields stored in the vicinity. Let's use them to construct a basic barricade before those two merchants get back. Okay. I remember there are shields over here. Go grab them. They seem sturdy enough. Put them by the doorway. You and Glykon go set up the shields. Looks good. When they come back with shields and lance, we'll be safe from the Black Tide's intrusion. Hope they make it back in one piece. I think I heard something. Have they arrived? You listen carefully, but instead of a merchant chatter, you hear shrill, intense cries. Black turbulence surges violently through the streets. Another attack is upon you. Be lost. Haha, you senseless beasts. If you knew who I am, you'd be running for your lives. I'll crush them all like riding a chariot, right? Let's do this, Glykon.
In the mood for another beating?
What? That didn't trigger my thing? That's good.
Nice like a good, my friends. Indulge yourselves! It ain't over.
Ready to lose yourself? You can fight it or rock with it.
Helpless as ever. Expand your thinking.
Pretty good crowd today. Turn it up.
Is it coming? Are you gonna let
In the mood for another beating?
Keep up.
Helpless as ever.
You can fight it or rock with it. That's it.
Curiosity. Endless riddle. Nothing but a boy.
I thought we were gonna have to fight two big guys and a lion based on the models they used, but I guess not.
Open sesame. What a crumb.
These creatures. Chasing me like fans desperate for an autograph. Be lost. Pull yourself together, Glykon. I just can't go on fighting anymore. The Black Tide creatures continue to gather in waves, about to breach the courtyard. Just then, a voice from outside. We've arrived! Haha! When the Black Tide swallows the tallest mountains and levels the deepest valleys, only one thing can bear our last hopes and herald a new era, the strongest shield. When the night overtakes the last dawn, devouring all brightness, only one thing can banish evil threats and safeguard the whole world, the strongest lance. Rest assured, we will deliver them to you. Thank goodness we're saved. Haha! A customer once asked what would happen if the strongest lance were to strike the strongest shield. We tested. Both items pulverized each other into dust. The lance and shield were never meant to oppose one another. What do you think would happen if they turned together to face a common enemy? Here, watch this. The two merchants lift their packs, gripping lances in their left hands and shields in their right, charging into the courtyard. A blade shatters lances, breaks shields, and finally pierces flesh. Facing blades and arrows, they charge into the courtyard and collapse to the ground. Well, was really hoping they were actually gonna do something. This is the strongest lance and shield. With their last words, they close their eyes with peaceful smiles. Can't believe they just... Can't believe it. Why are they sacrificing themselves? What was the funny yet sad feeling? No time to grieve for them now. We'll meet them again in Aranova. I'll hold them off while you reinforce the barricade with the goods they brought. Lycon takes up the lance and shield from the merchants' belongings, hold back the black-tide creatures. Meanwhile, you rush to the entrance of the barricade with the remaining items. The last of the black-tide creatures is vanquished, just as the barricade is completed. Also, we've got the second save zone now, I guess. He doesn't want to talk? What is my quest? Ask the guard about the situation. Oh. Oh, it's you. I saw your fight from across the way. That was a close one. We tried to come help, but the black tide had us cornered as well. Things are looking up now, thanks to the lance and shields those two heroes delivered. We can now defend this area with a smaller force. May they fall into a pleasant slumber. About the refugees. Most of the citizens sheltered in the back hall are saved despite our limited supplies. Lord Kratos has sent provisions and medications, and we're treated all the wounded. Some citizens trapped elsewhere have also come seeking shelter. We'll take good care of them until the new world arrives. About those stuff. Honestly, the quality of this batch of arms leaves much to be desired. But in these desperate times, we're thankful to have found them at all. They'll last as long as they can. By the Sky Father, we will do our utmost not to let everyone's efforts go to waste. Can't believe they died. That's crazy. Oh, it's you. I'm not feeling so great. You're pretty tough. That old stubborn Corteros. I said I could handle them. That battle was my most impressive showing ever. And we also have those two merchants to thank. Without them, the temple would have fallen. They had such convictions. Even if souls really do travel to the world after Aranova, the fear and pain of death at that moment remain real. Whatever their reasons, whatever their methods, sacrificing one's life to spare others from the torment of death is a noble deed. I hope that after Aranova, they truly rise to become the finest merchants in Akama. When that happens, you absolutely must witness the grandeur of the Akaneus Games. The merchants convene, and constantly warring city-states pause their conflicts. Streets and temple columns are adorned with flowers. People speaking different dialects raise tents, praise each other's athletic bodies, and compete for laurel wreaths. I'll take a front row seat. Of course. Biosphere 2. That's a weird achievement title. I guess we made a new biosphere. I guess that's why it's Biosphere 2. Really cool that we actually, it wasn't even a major quest, which is surprising, but it's cool that there's a quest to make this place into a safe zone as well. Oh, wait. Huh? What? I thought you two died. Didn't you guys sacrifice yourselves? Ah, if it isn't, are you here to visit us? The atmosphere was so intense back then, it'll be awkward to say something tragically stirring. After that, Glycon called for a hero, or a healer rather, all while in anguish. That made it even harder to say that our injuries weren't severe at all. Well, I'm glad you guys are okay. The healer helped dress our wounds and instructed us to get plenty of rest. I was cut by a blade twice in the arm, and I really hope that doesn't leave any lasting side effects. I'll need it to move goods. I took a blade to the knee. While it'll affect how quickly I can escape the next time Mr. Guard chases after me for pedaling, you have to adapt to your role as a hero. That's merely a trifle. It won't sway us. After all, we're the men who still stand at the pinnacle of the Akama marketplace together. Never mind, they didn't die. Okay. Well, now I can use this thing too, which is good. So there's one more after this. Unless I'm missing previous ones, I don't think I am. So there's one more somewhere. But those nowhere to go. The glow of the flame. Tavanana. I don't remember her either. Thank you, all-knowing Skyfather. For 1,000 years, you have silently borne everything, watched everything, and recorded everything. Thank you for granting us an unceasing dawn, for leaving us with memories of laughter and happiness. Thank you for loosening your grasp on time, allowing us to escape parting in sorrow beneath the falling curtain of night, and for allowing those brave and glorious hymns to be written. Our lives thus move forward toward completion, and we, your humble servants, have nothing more to ask for. Yeah, I wonder where the last one is. Either it's somewhere in this zone, or it's maybe back at the baths or something that I missed. It was the Gravitas. The Honorable Priest Niera has perished. As we retreated from the Demigod Council, several black-tide creatures pursued us relentlessly. Knowing that I had only survived thus far thanks to Lady Hyacinth's blessing, I volunteered to stay behind to align the sigil of Yanis's hidden passage. But as the creatures closed in, the sigil was about to converge. Priestess Nerea pushed me through the hidden passage's gates, completing the final alignment herself. The Heavenly Father had closed their eyes. I too must fulfill my purpose in this world. Those were her last words. I've been meaning to ask, why go through all that unnecessary trouble before opening the hidden passage? Calling upon Yanis to bestow miracle takes time. Narena simply walked toward the destiny the Heavenly Father had prepared for her. Let not anger disturb her rest. Let us pray together. May she, under the watchful gaze of Kefli, cross the deep and endless river in peace. Was Narena someone? Probably. I didn't talk to enough people in Dawn Cloud before this update. There's still that quest as well. Fallen Twilight. Yeah, no, all the quests, unless there's like a hidden one, all the quests there are done. Where is the last torch, though? That's the real question. It's gonna be somewhere that people can gather, right? So it either have to be here or it have to be at like the beach or the beach, the bath, or somewhere in the city.
What do we do now? The great Zagreus' texts have no answer. What about the Council of Elders? For crying out loud, are we really just gonna stand here and do nothing?
Bartolos? Oh, there's Chironess. I'll just speak to them as well. Wow, did not see that coming. Yeah, Bartolos is right. We found a data anomaly here. Ah, gray-haired one. You must be Bartolos' friend from across the ages, yes? Yeah, another projection, huh? Well, obviously, like that silly spinning one earlier, Bartolos created different kinds of projections. Life is a hospital, Ancestor Zagreus said, where every patient is fixated on switching beds. To be frank, I only absorbed that one to recover data. I'm torn between joy and sorrow. As Aeronova approaches, these wild, stupid data fragments multiply. If you see more of them, like it or not, you're stuck playing along with them. Yeah, good luck. I'll leave you a big prize before I go. He calls himself data fragments and stuff, which is very simulated. The Bartolos boson.
Oh. This? Fine. Take it and amuse yourself.
There's 3 spirit thieves in this place. Wowzers. I got all the treasure chests, though. Surprisingly. Oh wait, there's the other thing. I missed it. It was hiding. Three days to burn. Reignite all flames of Furious. Wow, I guess they gathered the dead for this one. Echion, a new aristocrat. Eleanor, I see her again. I see her once more, stepping down the stone-paved stairs like a lively little fawn, brushing her fingers against the cypress vines of the fence, her clothes catching the morning light as she passes through the doorway, so bright. Someone help! Someone is injured! Eleanor, Eleanor! We happily waded through the stream. You lifted your skirt as you stepped across the pebbles, walked along the moss-covered path, and we entered the forest. The wind rustled the leaves like shimmering waves. It was such a lush, vibrant green. But life is so fragile, fragile and beautiful. Like a sigh. Will you wait for me on another shore? So much time has passed, so much time. Will you still recognize me? Hold on, the physician will be here soon. No, no. I still have unfinished business. Back then, those lofty parasites, upon hearing the approaching black tide, fled without a second thought. They abandoned us, abandoned the very people they claimed they would protect, left us behind, and I have to. Can you hear? Eyes clouded like mist gave the answer. Well, Echion's dead.
We shall face Thanatos together.
At the very least.
At least I didn't miss it this time.
Thespis, did we talk? Was Thespis the playwright in the quest? The playwright quest, maybe? I'll have to check. I'll have to check again. But we're at time. think we can get another day out of this tomorrow. I want to make sure I can see all this stuff, because this sort of post-story activities are actually really interesting to see everyone coping with the apocalypse. Very cool, actually. They've had some in the past. They've had some character updates with people moving around sometimes, but this one's very significant in that regard due to the circumstances. So, probably finish it tomorrow. The book took a lot of time today. We won't have to worry about that. Other than that, though, thank you all for watching, and until we meet again, may the sands of time treat you well.